Today is August 1st, 2019, and I received an email from the University of New Haven stating that they have a new interactive campus map. And I opened it up and it looks like this. Now, here is Maxey Hall, and if you leave Maxey Hall, there is the Boston Post Road, and be very careful crossing. There is Eklund Hall, and there is North Hall. Now there's a faculty parking lot, and there are some students areas here, but the main student parking lot is up over here. You walk up that street, and then there is this other part of campus there, where the football field looks like a baseball, softball, tennis courts, and the gymnasium, but this big parking lot is often used. And I thought we'd take a little trip around North Hall, where we hold Math Zone. Now, I showed some of these pictures the other day, but again, this is North Hall, and over here is the back of Eklund. You enter through these doors, and there's a little area here, atrium, I guess. The other doors you enter through here, and there's looking back at those doors, the two lecture rooms here, 102, 104. There's where we have our lectures. And again, ladies' room, men's room, and a general bulletin board. Over here we can see a little bit of the tutorial staff that worked last term. And then looking down again at this direction, there's the door that enters into Math Zone. This is room 106. Now let's take a look at 104 here for a moment. And that's where we'll have our lecture classes. Over here to the right of the screen is the whiteboard and screen. There's the projector. We'll have assigned seats for my sections and the teacher podium. Unfortunately, the desktops are not that big, so you need to kind of, keep whatever you're going to do note-taking on or whatever, rather, to a small space. Now, once we go through the doors into Math Zone, this is the general area. Now, these two front tables, as I've mentioned before, are used for drop-ins. That's anytime Math Zone is open, there are tutors available, and you can come in and work on your practice and certify. Also, when testing is allowed, you are allowed to come in and take a test. The testing is usually done along this wall, as you see these students are doing here. And the tests are done on a blue sheet. Here they had an overload, so these students were moved here. But you can see the blue sheet. And as I mentioned before, someone with their hand up, the tutor was walking over to address whatever concern that student had. It may be that that person finished their test, ready to turn in their blue sheet, and then can submit the test. This is something you have to do before you submit. Otherwise, you can't get partial credit on your blue sheet. Another shot, just looking around, and I guess this was when one of my classes was taking a test. There's the back wall once again, and there's about a little over 60 computer stations. And this is a view from the back end of Math Zone, looking toward the front desk up here. The entranceway's over here. There's a water fountain available for general use. When I'm having office hours, I use this office here. And this is the office of Professor Rivers, who is the director of Math Zone. Whenever her door is open, she invites students to ask or chat, and any questions about future programs or acceleration or things related to the overall program. If your teacher's not available, she is happy to help. Okay, we'll wind this up a little over 5 minutes.